What is up, guys? Fatal82 coming at you with some footage from the Arctopia server. Every Friday and Saturday night, events take place on the Arctopia server, so if you guys want to go ahead and get in on the action, go ahead and join the server. This is footage from a turtle race that took place last week, and torches were just lit signifying the start of that race. Members have to race down this course that the bird is flying right now, and on the other end of those torches, which is on the opposite side of the frozen lake, that is the finish line, and the start of the race is down here on the beach. The rules to the race are that members cannot get off their turtles. If they do so, they'll be disqualified. There is open PvP, so if members want to try to fight one another, they can go ahead and do so. If not, they can just go ahead and make a beeline straight towards that finish line and try to compete. Here you're taking a look at the members of the races. In the blue you have Guns and Deadeye. They're actually in separate tribes, but they are different shades of blue. In the gray you have D's Guns and Insidious, and the yellow here is Sabrina. Each member has their own turtle, which has been decked out here, and a lot of work's been put into these turtles to tame them, to put points into their stats. Some have higher health, stamina, and attack speed, depending on what they're going for here, and who knows what they're going to need when the race starts. And as dawn approaches, the race is about to begin. As you'll notice here, different members are taking different paths to that finish line. Some are kind of going off to the right here, whereas others are making a straight line for that finish line. Sabrina is going off towards the right. She's trying to flank around that finish line. She's the one in the yellow there you can see moving on the ground. And as always, guys, in Arc, you have to prepare for the elements, to prepare for what's going to come ahead of you. You have to dress appropriately, bring enough food, and members can't get off their turtles here, so they really have to anticipate what they might come across in front of them. Now, as Sabrina sort of flanks around and tries to make a stealthy approach towards the finish line, the blue team, which consists of Guns and Deadeye, is moving up here, but they're already behind D's Guns and Insidious, which are the gray colored team here moving forward. Now, D's Guns and Insidious have actually decided to work together and have an alliance here, so they're helping one another out, whereas the other members are doing it for their own sort of pride here, and they're going it solo. There was a bit of an alliance made here. You can see that the turtles are somewhat mobile, so they can go in the water and also on the land, and most of the members put many points into speed here, so the turtles are moving at a pretty fast clip. So they're pretty far ahead. Sabrina's gotten stuck down here. She's having a bit of a tough go here. She's getting attacked by a cat here, which is actually a saber-toothed tiger, and she's able to take it out with her turtle. And she's continuing to move ahead, but she's still sort of lost in the forest here while the other teams move ahead and closer to that finish line. You'll see here that the blue team is continuing to move ahead here, and this is actually Guns here, who is moving up, and he's also been attacked by a saber-toothed cat here. He's trying his best to defend against him, but that cat's got him in sort of a blind spot there. He's trying to hit it as best he can, but he's getting knocked down the hill towards the water. Those cats are pretty vicious. We can't see what level it is, but it's probably one that's pretty high up there. He was able to kill it finally, and he's continuing to move on, but it looks like his teammate there, the person who was working with him, who's Deadeye, actually died. Deadeye was killed by a dire wolf, it looks like, in that situation. So Deadeye is now down for the count, and the gray team here is continuing to move ahead. That consists of D's Guns and Insidious. They've taken out, again, looks like a dire wolf there, so they're using teamwork, using that alliance to their advantage, and moving forward. They're now the closest to the finish line. Sabrina's lagging behind. She's not too far behind Guns, who's a blue character there, continuing to move ahead. So it is a close race in some respects here, and you'll see here that Sabrina and Guns are almost neck and neck, while Insidious and D's Guns continue to move forward into the forest there. They're really using teamwork to their advantage and helping each other out in a really perfect combination of teamwork and skill here. And as we pan out here, you guys can get a sense of the scope of the terrain here. It's very rocky, it's a bit difficult to navigate, and the gray team here has made sort of a beeline straight up there towards the finish line. One of the members is getting attacked by a pack of direwolves here. More and more direwolves seem to be piling in here, attacking this member, and it's very difficult. These wolves are high level, and they're a bit tricky to take down. If he hadn't had the help of his teammate, he probably would have died. This is why teamwork pays off in survival games, and these direwolves are new to the game. This winter biome is also new to the game. It's a very harsh place. Note that these guys are also wearing fur armor, which is very important. You have to dress appropriately when you're going through these cold biomes. And that's something that you guys want to keep in mind if you're going to be playing Ark and trying to exist in the winter biome. So they were able to defend against that pack of direwolves, and they're continuing to move forward. And again, as we pan out here, you guys can get a sense of just how there's different pathways to take towards that finish line. You could swim through the river, but they're choosing to go up over the mountain. And Sabrina's back down here. She's a bit lost in the woods. She's lagging behind. Guns is in front of her, but he is behind the gray team. And up in the sky, we have Deadeye, who's returned on a bird to sort of get a sense of the action and a perspective from up in the sky. Down below, we have a T-Rex who's looking up, very hungry at Deadeye on his bird. And as that T-Rex is distracted by Deadeye, the gray team is taking advantage of that, flanking around that T-Rex and going into the frozen lake here. They've now taken to the river instead of sticking to the land, trying to get across that river a little bit quicker. The turtles are very good at swimming, so they have points in speed that they've put into them, and that helps them on land and also in the water. As you guys will take note here, there's some piranhas nipping at the end of the turtles there, at the ass of the turtle, and the turtles are able to withstand those piranhas. They're continuing to forge ahead rather than bother with fighting those piranhas. They're also using the sheets of ice in that frozen lake to their advantage and moving across those rather than staying in the water to fight with those piranhas. That's a smart move, and they're back on land here. The first member, it looks like that's in the lead here. I believe it's Insidious, and he is coming up. He is making the first, no, that's D's Guns actually. D's Guns has crossed the finish line with Insidious being a close second, so their teamwork paid off. Guns here in the blue is also trying to follow their course of action and swim through that water and get on a sheet of ice, but he's actually wedged on a sheet of ice here while piranhas are absolutely tearing him and his turtle apart. Taking note that that's a bad spot to be in, he's actually decided to go back underwater with the turtle and swim away rather than try to get up over that sheet of ice, and he's able to do that effectively, again because of the points he put into speed on that turtle. He's now back up over and on a sheet of ice, and he is now crossing the finish line, and he's becoming the third place contestant in this turtle race. Really cool stuff. He's crossing the finish line here marked by the torches. And as we pan back out over here to see what's going on with Sabrina, we're actually finding that Sabrina is dead in the water here and her corpse is decomposing at the bottom of the stream. She didn't die due to piranhas, she actually died because she didn't wear fur armor, she wore chitin armor, which doesn't cut it in the cold biome. A melee has broken out at the finish line. As always guys, hope you enjoyed. Beto82, peace.